Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. For today, we are going to dig into the Cities Skylines Plaza and Promenades DLC. Let's get started. So the town of Tantrum Common Council saw that a city called Verde Beach by City Planner Plays created a university that was pedestrian friendly, and you could have people on roads that did not have any cars. So the town of Tantrum wanted to create a test part of the city just to see if it would work. So before any construction started, what we did was we terraformed and kind of created a little shelf that this pedestrian area will be on top of. So we wanted to make sure that we had a very flat surface to work with, and overall it worked out really well. So for phase one of this project, we did have a very small road layout. So what we did was, since there was a highway exit, we did add a medium-sized road and created a main street avenue. The main street small road avenue just mirrored the highway that was behind it, and that was about it. The next, what you're gonna see on the screen is all of the blue territory that the town of Tantrum approved of for this pedestrian area. And as we got started with building the pedestrian area, that is our first medium path, and we did add a large glass roof top. So that new building is going to be the focal point of this pedestrian area. And as we're starting to lay out the pedestrian paths, what we're doing is we're following that cliff side, and we're going to build up that cliff side. Eventually, as we go on in the video, you will see that built up. So we didn't just leave it like that, but for the time being, we just left it and kept building and kept going. So as we keep building out our layout, what we wanted to do was we needed to infill the pedestrian area. So we're adding more pedestrian paths where people can walk. Again, there will be no cars, and we decided to add a bunch of our services. So the services we added were pretty simple. They were for trash, they're for commercial buildings, and they're for other services like that. So this way, all the businesses on the pedestrian path, they will actually be served. So on the screen, you're gonna see more districting. The town of Tantrum had to approve specialty buildings called commercial wall-to-wall buildings and residential wall-to-wall buildings. These buildings were part of the City Skylines Promenades and Plazas DLC. So we wanted those new buildings to be a part of this pedestrian area only. So as we finish up phase one of the layout, phase two is going to bring the entertainment or reason to visit the pedestrian only area. So right now on the screen, we are adding plazas from the new City Skylines DLC. And what you're also going to see is these new plazas are really cool, but we are adding two large plazas. One is going to be an ice cream one, and the other one is going to be a food truck plaza, which is really cool. Those are brand new. Very cool ideas by City Skylines. So the next thing we're going to do is, I know this is a pedestrian only area, but don't forget to put your normal paths. You know, those still exist. You still can use those normal paths and create a cool looking neighborhood. You know, not everything has to be a grid, so adding your normal paths is still something you should do. You know, I know I'm kind of venting, but like adding the paths just makes everything look different, and it just kind of breaks up the monotony of a grid. So if you're listening to me rant about this, like, I really do think these normal paths still serve a purpose, but that's just kind of me and just how I feel about everything. So now that everything's mostly filled in, again, you're going to see me go through a few of the different plazas, the ice cream stands and stuff like that. If you didn't get the new City Skylines DLC, definitely check it out. So now that we're starting phase three, what we're doing is we're adding the commercial and residential zoning so we can have the new wall-to-wall commercial buildings that are part of the City Skylines Promenades and Plazas DLC. So in the comment section below, if you got this far, please comment, what should I name this pedestrian area? Like, do you have a certain name? And if I do like the name of it, I'll definitely name it after you for the next video and give you a shout out. So anyways, as we're zoning and letting this render, let's just let it go. Welcome back, guys, from that quick rendering, and we now have an entire pedestrian area. I saw Conflict Nerd do that in a recent video. I thought that was a really cool idea, so shout out to him. So right now, we are going through some of the new buildings that, came with the Cities Skylines Promenades and Plazas DLC. So right now, this is the high density wall-to-wall commercial and residential buildings you're looking at. So these are the new assets that come with the DLC. I think they are very sharp. They look really, really cool, and everything fits really, really well. Like, that rooftop glass building is fantastic. I love it being the focal point of any pedestrian area or any part of your town. And right now you can just see I'm going through some of the assets that were created. Now, I do want to let you know, for parts of this new DLC, you do have to have an entertainment value and a happiness value. So, that all is taken into consideration. Then also, you do need to know that it does cost about $3,000 to maintain. So guys, what did you think of this build? Let me know in the comment section below. Have a great day.